I'm glad you can join me. Let's talk about making an insurance claim in 12 easy steps. My name is William S. Benefit Bill Kaufman, and I've been adjusting claims for over 28 years. The first 17 years I spent working for insurance companies, and the remainder working for the policyholder. One thing I can assure you is this: getting paid on an insurance claim is easy. Anyone who has suffered an insurable loss and has purchased insurance to cover that loss can do it, and thousands do it every day. Getting paid what your claim is worth, however, requires planning, preparation, tools, and knowledge. And that's what these videos and workbooks are all about, giving you that knowledge. The planning, preparation, and tools are up to you. This video covers 12 steps that you can take when making your insurance claim. While I have numbered them 1 through 12, the order in which you perform them is, for the most part, not that important. Nor do you necessarily have to take each step. For instance, step 1 is to protect you and your family first. If you've already experienced a loss by the time you view these videos, that step may not apply to you. So keep that in mind as we move through the 12 steps. Beginning with step 1, protect you and your family first. You and your family are one of a kind, unique and irreplaceable. My best advice is never to sacrifice the irreplaceable for the replaceable, or to put it another way, never place you or your family in harm's way to save something that can be replaced with insurance monies. Step 2 is to protect your property from further damage. This is called mitigating your loss. Insurance policies require an insured to take protective steps before, during, and after loss. This is often a misunderstood requirement, and I covered in detail in another video. In step 3, you notify your insurance company that you suffered a loss. This should be done as soon as possible. After you call your insurance company, be sure to follow up that call with a letter. In the video and workbook detailing the notification to your insurance company, I provide you with a sample letter covering the 3 vital things to request from your insurance company at the time of notification. Step 4 is to begin a journal of your loss. Now, journaling is just a fancy word for taking notes. You should start this journal immediately, before you call the insurance company. The insurance company representative may give you instructions, and you'll want to follow those instructions to the letter. And if you don't write everything down, you may forget. In step 5, you protect irreplaceable items. You know, we all have personal keepsakes, and items which have no commercial value, but which have lots of sentimental value. That old irreplaceable photograph of your great-grandmother has no insurable value and cannot be paid for by your insurer. Yet, you may be able to save that photograph by taking it to a professional and having it restored. Some or all of that cost may be covered by your insurance policy. But even if it isn't, by taking action, you're saving something that has great sentimental value to you. Step 6 is to begin documenting your loss. Loss documentation, presentation, and negotiation comprise the bulk of adjusting a claim. We begin documenting by first taking photographs and video. Now, there's an art to taking photographs and video, which I cover in another video. For now, however, just remember that a picture is worth 1,000 words. In documenting the loss, you make notes of what is damaged. You write down in a logical order everything that is damaged, regardless of whether the damage is obvious. This activity is called scoping the loss. As you're making notes, be prepared to explain to the adjuster why you consider something as damaged. Then, should the insurance adjuster question you about your opinion, you'll have a ready answer. If the adjuster does question your opinion, don't take it personally. It's the adjuster's job to question everything. In step 7, you exhibit the damages. The insurance company is going to want to inspect your loss. The adjuster is the eyes and ears of the company. What the adjuster sees, the company sees. Many people make a serious mistake at this stage of the adjustment process. They let the adjuster determine what is damaged. Or to put it another way, they unknowingly abandon their loss to the insurance company. When you take charge of your claim for greater gain, you take the adjuster through your loss on a room-by-room basis, showing them everything you believe to be damaged. If possible, I recommend that you provide them with a copy of your scope notes and pictures that you've taken before you take them through your loss. Ask the adjuster to let you know if they disagree with anything that is in your notes. That way, You're aware of any potential disagreements and have the opportunity to clarify misunderstandings or misperceptions before the adjuster leaves. If they still disagree, again, don't take it personally. They've just told you where the boundaries are and given you vital information. I discuss how to respond to these situations in another video. In Step 8, you obtain repair estimates and replacement estimates. The insurance adjuster will prepare an estimate of repair cost and will attempt to adjust the claim based upon their estimate. In order to prove a higher value, you must present written estimates from contractors, material men, replacement estimates from stores if personal property is involved, so on and so forth. When obtaining these estimates, try to use only licensed contractors and service providers. Step 9 is preparing and presenting your loss. Most people wait for the insurance company to determine what their claim is worth. They never actually make a claim. They report a claim, sit back, and wait to see what happens. What I recommend is to collect everything that you have into a single package and file a proof of loss with a cover letter outlining your demand. The reason I like to send everything in at once is that if you piecemeal the presentation, you take the chance that the adjuster will miss something, will miscalculate your loss, or pay based on a single estimate and mistakenly consider the file closed. Reopening the file then becomes problematic. It is important that you read your policy and understand what it requires you to do. Some insurance policies, and most, if not all flood policies, require you to file a proof of loss within a specified time. If this applies to you and you fail to meet this requirement, you run the risk of having your claim denied. Step 10 is negotiating your claim. Negotiating is a large part of the claims process. Insurance companies are used to negotiating, and you'll need to get used to it as well. In every claim, there is always something that one side or the other has to give up. Be prepared to negotiate your loss. If you're inflexible, that's okay. Then be prepared to fight hard for everything and recognize that in fighting hard, you're going to incur costs which may or may not be reimbursable. You should take this into consideration before being unwilling to negotiate. In Step 11, you repair and replace property. At some point, you're going to have to repair and replace your property. Now, this can be more difficult than it sounds. Let me give you an example. Your insurance company will in all likelihood issue a check that cannot be negotiated because it has the name of your mortgage company included as a payee. You'll have to work with your mortgage company to secure their endorsement, and your mortgage company will have their own set of procedures for you to follow. What I recommend is that you let your mortgage company know early on that you've had a loss. That way you'll be better prepared to follow their procedures and requirements when you get to this step. The last step, Step 12, is making your replacement cost claim. Many people are surprised to find that their replacement cost policy does not pay the replacement cost of their loss up front. If this happens to you, you'll need to file a replacement cost claim. This involves advising the insurance company of the completion or near completion of repairs and forwarding to the company copies of the paid invoices and proof of monies spent repairing and replacing property. Keep in mind when making your replacement cost claim that the insurance company will not reimburse you for more than you actually spend, regardless of any agreements at a higher price. As you can see, making an insurance claim is easy. Getting paid the maximum you are due requires you to work smart. Most people are willing to do this work, but just don't know what to do, and that's why I have created these videos and workbooks so that anyone who wants to know about insurance claims has a place to go. There's a lot more information available to you on this website, so please feel free to explore. If you have questions or topics that you'd like me to cover, let me know. Until next time, there's one idea I want to leave you with. That is that you too can take charge of your claim for greater gain. Have a great day.